Alright, Sports Production, doing another interview with Coach E.
What's up, Franny?
Yeah, the usual, staying safe.
Good man.
So, for the first order of business, how is it looking for the high school football season?
I don't have any more insight than anybody else does. However, I'm optimistic. I hope that the powers that be make a great choice in regards to safety and making sure we can do things the right way. And if we get a chance to get out there, Spartans will be ready.
You think we'll still have our Thanksgiving game?
Thanksgiving's a pretty time-honored tradition.
So even if the season's canceled, they might still at least try to pull that off?
No. Once you hear the season's canceled, I wouldn't expect us to be doing anything in that regard. Let's just say I'm hopeful for camp. If we are practicing football by the end of August, I'd be very excited.
And the same goes for all sports right now?
Football is the only high-risk fall sport. So things like soccer and golf and cross-country, I'm sure they'll have other parameters. I'm sure there'll be other allowances. Speaking specifically on football, it's more direct. So my expectation is it'll be a little bit harder.
All right, I'm hopeful too. Because I hope you guys at least get lucky since my season is already canceled. Yeah, just 3 days ago or 4 days ago.
The college season?
Yes. So if football season's canceled, my hockey season's probably done too.
The NHL is doing a nice job with keeping their guys healthy. If there's a model to follow, maybe that'll help you. I know how much you like to skate and get out there. Maybe at some point by the winter time, there's a vaccine, and then you don't really have to worry about it. You could just skate freely.
That's what I'm hoping, but I also have to make the team. I mean, I can't just go, I'm on the team. You got to try out.
So it's hard to get your skills where you want them and be as sharp as you want to be come that time.
Yeah, and especially since I've been sitting on my butt and kind of gaining a little bit of weight. But I've been trying to work out here and there, so I stay in at least a little bit of shape, lose a couple pounds every now and then.
Maybe you'll leave here today with a little extra motivation to get yourself back on track.
Hope so. I actually did 3 bleachers yesterday.
There you go. It just takes getting up and getting out there.
Yeah, but I also puked. But it was still worth it.
Yesterday was the hottest day of the year. I'd imagine it probably did. Well, they don't have to clean it, Francis. It's all good.
Don't worry. You don't need to. So what do you think about the Patriots signing Cam Newton?
I love Cam Newton. I mean, listen, am I saying I have his poster up on my wall? No. I'm saying that, this is professional sports. You need a guy at that position who can make things happen. It's certainly, Cam Newton's good. This is exciting. The other players opting out is a little bit tougher,
Oh, yeah. Didn't Dante opt out?
Him and Eugene Chung, Marcus Cannon.
Wait, Cannon?
Like starting right tackle.
I didn't know about that.
Yeah,
Jesus.
Best run block and tackle. I mean, there's a lot of concerns for these guys. He's a cancer survivor. Hightower just had a baby. So now you're going to see just how good of a front office we have here in New England. Can we fill those holes with good people? 2 starting outside linebackers gone. There's a lot of stuff to do. A lot of changes on the coaching staff too.
True. But I mean, I believe in Cam Newton, but you just got to worry about that shoulder. I mean, he's had he tore his rotator cuff twice. Then he's had since I think the week 8, I want to say, when they played Pittsburgh, he's been 0-8 as a starter, and he had one of the lower passer ratings in the league.
He didn't play last year after he got hurt with the foot injury. I've seen the throwing motion. I mean, like, am I in love with it or not? Hell, Cam gets first downs if his feet are healthy. It's a really serious, dangerous, big athlete, and time heals shoulders more than anything. And if anything can be done physically as far as training or physical therapy, he'll be able to get the ball where it needs to go. I think his feet are literally the most dangerous thing about him. Just the chance to get first downs. I mean, he's a first down machine.
Oh, heck yeah.
If we get first downs, man, it's tough to beat New England when they can get first downs.
Definitely.
So this is interesting. I'm excited to see. It's all brand new. I mean, I'm a Brady fan like anybody else, so this will be all new.
Do you think he may increase our chances of at least making the playoffs?
There is without a doubt, and I'm as hopeful for young guys as anybody else. I love to see guys come in and grow and become stuff. This is the NFL. If you have an established former MVP who's still in his physical prime, who's by all determinations healthy, you want an MVP caliber athlete playing quarterback for you, and Jarrett Stidham can continue to learn, and the future looks bright. I think that's great. I think Cam's pretty damn good. I mean,
I agree. I think he's
pretty
at
good.
least got maybe 5 years left in him, if we're lucky.
But we only signed him for one. We want him to play good right now. So the idea
That's
that
what
you
I
have
mean.
a
I think.
motivated, phenomenal athlete.
Well, that's what I mean. I think it's like the contract is like a prove it contract. If you play good this year, maybe we'll sign you to an extension, and maybe we'll trade Stidham or keep him as the backup, like we did with Ryan Mallett and Jacoby and Garoppolo.
The Patriots had Van Noy last year, and they had Jamie Collins at outside linebacker. They played 81% of the snaps. Both left in free agency and signed for almost $80-something million.
Both with Miami and right.
Somebody, I forget where Collins went.
Oh no, he went to Detroit.
Yeah. Somewhere in all of this, it's not where the player gets paid. Does Cam necessarily want to spend the rest of his life in New England? And I don't know. I wouldn't want to even think that far. His payday will come off of the work that he does this season. So if you have a self-motivated, gifted athlete be a driving force, maybe the money comes from here, maybe it don't. But I mean, you've already got a guy ready to go. I don't think this is about long term. I think it's about a chance at redemption, and I think it's a chance
A redemption for Cam.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, he seems to portray the role of everybody gave up on him. So.
I agree with that. Yeah, he's definitely been how would I put it? Misconstrued and misunderstood.
I don't care about hats or scarves.
Yeah, person how they dress is their
250 pounds, and he likes to win. Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's go. I'm a Pats fan. Let's go.
All right. Now for the topic of Brady. Now this one I'm the most interested to hear from you about. Would you blame Belichick and Kraft for him leaving? Or is it the coach that helps the team?
The word fan is derived from fanatic. Fans in general have got to understand this is far bigger than, do I like this guy? Do I not like this guy? Do I get along with the owner? Nobody, I don't hold it against any of the three parties. I think Mr. Kraft played his role as well as he could as an owner who loved the player and knew that he had, the face of the NFL on his team for almost 20 years.
That's more time than most franchise quarterbacks are given their teams.
I don't think of it in terms of money. I don't think of it in terms of loyalty. I live in New England. Brady's from California. He played for New England under contract. He's a professional athlete. He's one of the greatest professional athletes that ever lived. If he wanted the opportunity to continue to play, who would it be for me or anybody else to say if he should or shouldn't? I mean, it's the right as fans to boo or to cheer for whoever you want. So on Sunday, boo or cheer for whoever you want. Or if you're having a conversation at a bar with your buddy, you can whatever your opinion is, that's great. It's going to roll down his back. He ain't worried about it. And he certainly took the steps just like any other football player would do. I've been in that seat. I've changed teams. I thought I could still play, and maybe the place you played at before doesn't think the same, or circumstances change, whatever the case may be. I'm a coach. I take drama out of football. Drama has no place in between the lines. So the personality conflicts or the soap opera vibe that sells papers or makes you tune in on TV doesn't interest me. There's going to be 53 active guys on Sunday that wear the Patriots jersey, and that's who I root for. But I can still be a fan of Tom Brady, whether he's in Tampa or on the moon. I can still appreciate him for doing exactly what he did here.
Oh, I appreciate him just as
Playing the
much.
game as hard as a guy that's ever played, and he did some things that I to this day I'll never be more grateful. I can travel throughout the country, wave my flag just as proudly as ever, because I'm a Pats fan because of the work he did. So, no, I'm an appreciative fan.
So if Tampa Bay, they're not going to play they're not going to play each other
They're
this
not
year.
scheduled.
But I think next year they're definitely going to schedule the two of us together. Who do you root for? You root for your Patriots?
There's no flipping. And I have history of being a fan of Tampa. Then they won the Super Bowl. I love that defense. Warren Sapp, one of my favorite players. Derek Brooks, John. I loved all that. But no, I'm a New England fan.
Through and through.
It's just what we've always been. It's kind of what we do. And it's been easy. I mean, God forbid, we don't lose a lot. So it's not as if I've had to falter a lot along the way. No,
So you were
year.
part of the dark ages too.
We were there when times were tough. Sure.
I'm not used to that.
We are candidly spoiled, and I think if things play out well, not a lot has changed in a lot of other areas in New England. We may not have Brady, but
We still got Belichick.
For some reason, I think winning football games is kind of still what they're going to do. It's what they do.
You think he might still play after that 2-year contract's up?
Brady.
Yeah.
Football at 45 is pretty.
Blanda played till he was 48, but he was also a kicker.
Blanda kicked. Blanda was a sick man, too. I mean,
What do you mean he was a sick man?
George Blanda was a very tough, physical. He kicked, but he was a linebacker, too. And he played some O-line when he first started meeting.
I didn't know that
Tough.
part.
Tough. Yeah, that's serious football. Serious time, different game, different mindset, different everything.
Yeah.
He also didn't get the financial backing that, athletes now get. He's just a tough guy.
Though as he kept playing, his salary probably did increase from like hundreds to thousands to 100,000s. I hope.
They weren't making that kind of money. A lot of pro players back then had to have second jobs, sell insurance.
Yeah, I think Havlicek worked at a chemical company while he was playing for the Celtics.
They were winning championships.
And they weren't even selling out. Yeah.
You go down, listen, the path was paved by those, and the game wasn't easier then, it was harder. They didn't have all the technological advances. They didn't play with the best of shoes or the best of gear. To be a real fan, you got to appreciate where the game came from.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people actually forget where the game came from.
You miss a lot of that. But you tend to be a little bit of a historian. You don't mind taking a look back as to where.
Oh, I love the old days.
It shows you the way things were meant to be.
And now it's changed, maybe not in the best of ways.
And that's definitely a matter of opinion. Some people like the fact that the footballs are spread out and wide open, and you throw the ball as much as you do. And you know what we like to do here at Stoneham. We tend to run the ball a little bit and be physical.
Run it right down the goddamn throat. And it works.
I tell this story to people all the time. I go, you watch clips on Thanksgiving Day, and you see all the little highlights from all the games, and you see the ball flying here, and guys making all these great catches, and then they get to the Stoneham Reading one, and all you hear is crack, 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 crack. And you see a kid run through the hole, and crack, 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 crack. And you see another kid run through the hole.
They're basically going back in time to the 1950s.
I'm sure some people probably think of it like that, but it's the good old days. The way it should be. There's a reason why it still works. Lock them down, kick them out.
Okay, we're still rolling. What? Any other topics you want to specifically talk about?
Just for your Celtics shirt, I'll give you this, and then I'm gonna have to go back and strip the floor. But I'll give you this. Celtics are in the bubble right now. They are the deepest team in the bubble, one of the healthiest. Kemba comes back, and things go positively as far as health. They've got a great coach. I feel very excited about the opportunity for the Celtics to make a real good run at this shortened season. Uh, let's not talk about the Red Sox. We couldn't throw the ball
I
over the
don't
plate
talk
if
about
we
the Red
had to.
Sox.
And hopefully on the restart, the Bruins get on a roll. We have a chance for a really nice, a nice positive fall here in Boston if we can all stick together and
Yeah.
stay healthy.
Let's get Char one more ring.
Jack Char can go get his own. I love him. Great guy. Him and Rask and all that. I mean, let's go.
Yeah, I know. I
Let's see
want
if
people to shut up about Tuca because he deserves way better than what we give him sometimes.
Tuca gets a lot of breaks too. I mean, it's not as if we're not helping.
True.
We help him.
But it's like 50-50 in my opinion.
Give me a little give and take. It's hockey. I mean, you're a goalie. Give me a little give and take. You can be as outlandish as you want. Just get between the pipes and do the gig.
Yeah.
Problem is with Tuca is the guy behind him plays well when he doesn't play, and everybody goes, "Oh, well, we don't need him." You need him.
Yeah, we do.
You need Tuca. Yeah. Big game, big night. You need that guy.
Definitely.
Thanks for the time, Francis. I appreciate you coming out.
You're welcome.
Sorry it took so long.
It's all right.
If I don't make you wait, then I know you're not eager.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.